Rob Cavallo was born in Washington, D.C., just prior to him and his family moving to Los Angeles at the age of 10. After high school, Rob attended the University of South California, where he acquired his bachelor's degree in English. Rob also attended the Dick Grove School of Music. Rob was always a musician and a multi-instrument instrumentalist. He always knew that music was something that he wanted to do, but wasn't exactly sure where to start or where he can get his foot in the industry. So after hundreds of recordings of him and himself in his bedroom, he was able to land a job at Complex Recording Studios with George Massenburg. With his experience at Complex Recording Studios and his desperate need for money, Cavallo began knocking on doors of record labels, looking for a job somewhere, trying to get his foot into the industry. He was able to land a job with Warner Brothers Records in 1987 as an A&R representative. For the next 5 years, Rob really sat down and observed the way the record label worked and how A&Rs communicated with the other A&Rs and producers and artists, and he really studied the communication aspect of things, and this really gave him a good start to understand how the music industry worked. It wasn't until 1992 where he signed his first record label with Black Sabbath. In 1998, he became the senior vice president of A&R for Hollywood Records. In 2002, he moved to Warner Music Group and then became the chief creative officer in 2009. In 2010, he became the chairman of Warner Brothers Records. And throughout his entire career, he's been A&R and manager for many bands and huge acts, such as Black Sabbath, Fleetwood Mac, Linkin Park, and many others. Rob Cavallo always thought he wanted to be a producer, and his old bosses at Warner Brothers also thought the same thing. It wasn't until 1994 where he produced his first platinum-selling record. Dookie by Green Day was born, and to this day is one of my favorite records, in my opinion. That record has so much raw and natural emotion that Rob was able to just pull out of those three punk rock teenagers and went on to influence many of the 90 punk and pop punk bands such as Blink-182, New Found Glory, Nirvana, and the list just goes on and on. And besides Green Day, he's also worked with artists like the Goo Goo Dolls, My Chemical Romance, Avril Lavigne, Paramore, Shinedown, Kid Rock, and many more. Rob Cavallo has multiple platinum-selling records and singles. In 1998, he got a Grammy for Producer of the Year, the non-classical section. In 2005, he was awarded Album of the Year. Not only is Rob Cavallo heavily into the music industry with producing and A&R, but he's also quite into soundtrack producing for films. This is a soundtrack he made for a film called The First Day on Mars, and it's about the eerie representation of man first approaching Mars. Rob Cavallo has also done soundtracks with Phil Collins on Tarzan. This is one of the ones he's most famous for. Next to those, he's also done soundtracks for 1995's Tommy Boy, 1998's Godzilla, The Princess Diaries, Treasure Planet, 2012, and many more. Rob Cavallo is an amazing American producer and also one of the best businessmen we have in this industry. His business start kind of gave him the upper edge in how to communicate with artists and really know how to pull the emotional content out of the artist. He always believes that success comes with the passion for the music first, and it always is the emotional content that sells. Thank you for watching.